Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Sunday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well this season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Sunday, guys. So, it's been a minute since I made a download recording. I'm still kind of caught up in some charades, right? But I wanted to jump on really quickly and address a few emails. A good sis wanted my opinion, all caps opinion, on everything that's going on in the celebrity world with, I'm not gonna call any names, but you know, being in prison or in jail or whatever, and everything that comes with that. Well, here's my opinion, sis. This is just the beginning. Oh, trust and believe. This is just the beginning. It's just getting started. Let it be that he may talk or rat on other people or whatever. But however it happens, a lot of other people will take a fall. A lot of other people will be called out. There's a lot of other people right now who are literally shaking in their boots. In fact, they know that their time is limited. Listen, at the end of the day, you can get away with wicked, but for so long. If it takes 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, it's going to always come back. But aside from there going to be major people with major names and major titles who will also take a fall, it's going to free a lot of people from shackles. Do you know how many people who are walking around right now in depression have been for years and years because there's literally like, what do you call it when something's hanging over your head? Like a, I can't think right now, but like they literally have something over your head. So it's almost like you have to play by the rules. And all of a sudden now, that power, that dynamic, that pressure, all that stuff is being removed, where it's going to free a lot of people who were in bondage, in bondage and chains and things like that. So it's going to free them in the sense that they're going to be repaid for everything that was stolen and taken from them. They're going to be repaid, but it's going to also help with their own mental health and their own mental sanity, knowing that certain things won't be released on them any longer because, of course, they found certain tapes and videos or whatever. But to have that peace of mind, knowing that there's a possibility that that thing will never come out, whatever was used against you in order to get you to initiate within the industry, which is very, very common, but to know that there's a possibility that that thing won't come out again because it has been confiscated, like that's freeing. That's freeing. So that's my opinion on that, sis. That you have seen absolutely nothing yet. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to get crazy. A lot of things will be unraveled, and a lot of people will be shocked. Another email I wanted to catch up on. Oh, a good sis in regards to monitoring spirits says, here's the thing. As a chosen one, you're monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Why do you think you're constantly under attack? As a chosen one, it's probably rare that you have a day, one day, that you're not under some kind of attack. It may not always be the very, very heavy, dark, demonic attacks, but it could be the enemy using your own, somebody right in your own household, using somebody at your job, like going into a grocery store and like something just go haywire, and before you know it, you're in this whole, like, you are being monitored 24 hours a day, 7 days a week as a chosen one. Demonic forces are watching you. They're waiting for you to slip in any kind of way. This is why, as a chosen one, you got to be walking in a certain, now it doesn't mean you're perfect, right? But you got to be walking in obedience. You got to be walking in a certain type of, I'll just say obedience. Obedience and alignment. Because the enemy is literally looking for any chance for you to slip, whatever area you slip in, the enemy is going to literally come through that crack and take over. And before you know it, something that could have been a very, very small attack has now manifested, and now it's this huge, big attack because you weren't disciplined enough to really walk in obedience or the things that God is requiring you. You're not disciplined enough. Discipline is key. This is why too is very, 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 all caps, very crucial to monitor what you put out there. People don't need to know your every moves, right? Like the way I move, you're going to see something after I've been there, right? You're not going to know where I am at that time, that type of thing, right? Call it private. I would prefer private. It's important to be private. Call it private, call it secretive, whatever you want to call it. But you got to use wisdom and understand that as a chosen one, you are called. There is a light on you that literally attract darkness. You have demonic forces that are against you. Satan will use people. Satan is so petty and so no edge having. He will literally drop lies about you in somebody else's mind. And because the person is not really tapped in like that, they will fall for it. They don't even realize that they're being used by the enemy. So they're attacking you, or they're whatever they got going on, right? They're against you. They have no reason whatsoever to dislike you, but they hate your guts for absolutely no reason. It's because the enemy is literally dropping things into people's head. Listen, as a chosen one, you got to be careful. You got to guard your energy. You got to guard the people that have access to your life. You have to really limit what you share. You have to be so guarded. You are not normal. You've been chosen. You answered the call, right? There's a light shining on you. There's a big destiny. God has work for you to do. Everything is manifesting through God, manifesting in your life. Everything you've prayed for, everything that God always wanted to bless you with is now manifesting. So do you think that's going to come without any type of demonic warfare? No, in fact, it's been amplified. That warfare has been amplified. This is why the attacks are so dark now. That, like, it's one thing, when the attacks just kind of like harass your nerves or just give you like a headache for a day or two. Like, these attacks right now are mind snatching attacks if you're not careful. If the enemy can't stop you, he'll snatch your mind. You have to be very, very careful and very, very guarded. The energy and the people that you allow around you. If people are not adding value to your life, they should not be in your life. If you have people who are pulling at you mentally and draining you spiritually, and just constantly have all kind of nonsense, foolishness, demonic forces going on, you got to block these folks, right? You got to be wise enough to know if somebody is sending you an email or a text message or whatever, when you read that first sentence or even the first couple of words, instantly you should be able to feel energy. If this is some foolishness, don't even read the rest. Don't allow that stuff to download into your spirit. You have to guard your spirit. It's a must. So yes, sis, you have monitoring spirits around you, my chosen friend. Yes, everything that God has promised you, it is. But at the same time, don't think you're going to achieve these things without demonic forces constantly warring against you in order to prohibit you from reaching these blessings. What God has for you is for you. That's true. But don't think it's going to come easily. Don't think it's going to come without a fight. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to fight. So I have tons of more emails to catch up on. I know some of you guys wanted me to talk on a couple of different topics. What I'll do is I'll probably just tie them all together like in one recording sometime in the next day or two. Definitely not tomorrow, but maybe like midweek I'll tie some things in together. And yeah, again, thank you all for all the birthday wishes. I had the time of my life. Even last night was absolutely amazing. So I thank you all, and also happy birthday or belated birthdays to my other Virgos out here. So I just wanted to say thank you, and you guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.